You're watching Surviving in Alabama, live action. Yay! Get you some. Biggest things I ever seen down here.
Welcome back to Surviving in Alabama, guys, and today we're gonna do some honeydews. I got all kinds of projects that I need to do, but hey, there's some stuff I need to do around here that would make her happy, which would make me happy too. It's just that, you know, sometimes I got so many projects on the list, I just feel most of the time I just can't even do it all. And I just spent the last, well, really 3 full days dealing with church conference, which was super phenomenal. I went and helped out, so I filmed a few things in advance. So the last videos y'all saw, I actually did probably a week in advance, just because leading up to, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it. Other than the 2 shorts that you saw, me getting in a dumpster and the auctioneer who was working with me at the church. I didn't know that he was an auctioneer when we first started working together, and then he just casually mentioned it, and I was like, well, let me hear you do it. So that's what we filmed. All right, so if you hadn't subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, today is gonna be a little bit of happy wife, happy life. Try to get some of the projects that she wants done out of the way. I know I'm not gonna get them all today, but the 2 things that I am gonna try to do is I've got to put a bulb in the, her tail light bulb went out. And I noticed this probably 2 weeks ago, and we ordered it through the mail, and it came, and then church conference happened, and so it just got put off because I forgot about it too. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna change the oil in her car because it is time. Trying to keep up the maintenance around here. I might even rotate the tires. I don't know, we'll look at them. However, after that, I'm going to see my garage door in the background over there. Yeah, that thing, it would go down and then come right back up. It would try to go down, and then the light on it would blink. And I don't really know what's wrong with it, but I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm just gonna take y'all along with me. So trying to do all the projects around here. So stay through the video, because we're gonna be learning. You're gonna be learning as I'm learning, because I'm just gonna have to figure it out. So I'm gonna drive this car over here. That's her car. I'm gonna drive it over to the shop and get started with that bulb. I'll probably film a little bit of that. Y'all probably don't need to change the oil with me. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about this garage door and figure it out. And then after that, I've got to do some yard maintenance. Got to cut the grass, and we need some mulch. I got to put up a border on this grass. Man, I got so much to do around here to try to make it look presentable. And it's a little bit to do. And when I get through that, see this big stack of wood up there? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But I've got this big stack of wood from when I was doing some land clearing back here, and I stacked it up here in front of the house, which is probably not the smartest thing to do. But I want to build a woodshed. So that is for sure a near future video. I saw something on another channel, probably a year or maybe even 2 years ago, that I was like, hey, that looks good. And there's not really a whole lot to it. I just need it up off the ground and dry. And that's it. And I want it to look presentable. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, here we go. Well, now we got to get to it. All right, the first thing I got to do, see this bulb right there. So I have to take this outside lens, this red lens off. I got to take it off and get that bulb out of there. All right, let me get a screwdriver. All right, let's see here. It's gonna be a Phillips, so that right there will work. All right, so that's the lens right there. So I'm gonna take this out. That's what it looks like. All right, so that bulb right there is the one that's blown. So we just flip it over like this, and then we can just take, my hand ain't strong enough. There we go. You know something that, I don't know if you ever thought about it, but this is the case with me. I can't speak for another soul. I don't know. And it's always been like this. I am right-handed, but my left hand is way stronger than my right, and I don't know why. Like, I'm more coordinated with my right hand, but my left hand is way stronger. Like, if I'm gonna bear down on something really hard, I'm gonna do it with my left hand. But if I gotta write or do something intricate, I do it more. If I'm gonna bear down on them, I'm gonna do it with my left hand. If I'm gonna do something intricate like write or get something small or has to be real steady, I do it with my right hand. Let me know in the comments if y'all have ever experienced that, because it's just strange to me that I'm right-handed, but yet that's not the strongest hand. It's just crazy to me. I don't know. Maybe that's normal. I have no idea. All right, so I'm gonna take this. And that's the bulb right there. You can see how black it is. See, that's a tell sign that bulb is blown. All right, so we'll take this bulb right here, and it's got like these little tits on it. You got to push down, and turn and pull out. It's so simple. So, if any of y'all ever have a bulb to fix, that's how you do it. And I don't know what happened to, there it is. There's the new bulb. Now, on a halogen bulb, the glass, this is not a halogen bulb, but I still do it anyway. I just wipe my fingerprints off the glass as best I can. And so I'm putting fingerprints on it again. Let's see if I can get, there we go. All right, so just take my shirt there and wipe them fingerprints off of them. All right, so now we're ready to go back. There we go. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now I'm gonna put it back. Uh-oh. Dropped it. There we go. You know, it's hard to do this and hold a camera. I don't know any of y'all ever tried to do any filming before. You know, film yourself. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's easy, but all right, let's check it out and see if it's gonna work. All right, so there it is right there. It's on. It's working. That's the right side. It's working. Everything's working. All right, got that task complete. That's one thing off the list. The list keeps always growing. It's just a never-ending cycle. But you got to do it, whatever it is. You got to handle all your chores, all your maintenance, and all your things, unless you're wealthy enough to pay somebody else to do it. That's just not the case with me. So here I do it, whatever it is. All right, here we go. Most of the time I'm in here working, even though I have lights in the shop. As you can see, let's see. I have lights in the shop. You can see my overhead lights. But a lot of times, see this door right here, this garage door, it goes up and blocks the lights. So I use a drop light a lot. So right here, this drop light, I use it a whole bunch just so I can see better. And you know, when you're working on cars or something up in stuff where you just can't see well, hey, put a light on it. So that's what I do. As you can see, this Pepsi machine behind me, I got lots of stuff going on. I got to get ready for fall garden, but I think there's going to be a little bit of a break between fall planting and right now. So I think that I'm going to be able to get a few of these chores and projects done around here in between those times, because once I start getting ready for fall, well, then I'm going to have a season where I'm doing nothing but preparing ground and planting and taking care of that. So trying to work within the seasons. And this week, I'm going to be preparing this greenhouse to get reskinned and new plastic. And I'm going to be preparing the ground around the greenhouse to get those weeds out of there and clean it up. And we're going to make it all look nice and presentable. But if I can do that one little part this week, that's going to be great. And she doesn't like the way it looks anyway, and I don't either. It just looks terrible, and it's not functional right now. So I need it to be functional. And over at Mayhem, I saw something. I thought about that before I saw it in this video, but he put a trampoline. I don't know if it was the net or actually the part that you jump on, but he used that as shade cloth on his greenhouse. And I was like, I had that idea long before I saw it, but I was like, hey, he put it to use. I was like, I got to do that. So I have an old trampoline too, and I'm gonna be using that fabric for things around here. All right, I'm getting off track. I'm fixing to change the oil in this car, and then I'm gonna come back to you because I don't think I have to film that. Okay, I got the oil change. That's another thing down today that I can check off the list. All right, here we go. All right, so now that's done. And I'm going to go on and feed it, which I waited too late today, but I was just busy. Got to feed the animals. I'm going to water around some plants. And then we're going to start working on the garage. All right, here we go. So I was out here doing a few chores way late. And you see that right there? Let me zoom in on it. So just guessing, there's probably 10 or 12 watermelons in here. So there's one, there's a couple over there. There's a real good size one right there. So let's try and see that stem right there. Can you see that stem? So I just checked it. And when that stem turns brown, it's ready. So I gotta get out here today. I gotta do it today. I just can't wait any longer. I'm gonna put something over those watermelons so they don't get sun bleached. You know how they turn yellow on the bottom, and they'll get bleached out on the top, and I don't want them to ripen too prematurely, so I want them to be just perfect. So I got to get out here and cover them up. And I normally don't do that because the vines generally cover them up. But I pulled out that pigweed, and I did a video about a week ago about pigweed in my watermelon patch, and I just pulled them up just a few minutes ago. Got them all out of there. So there was a little, that was providing shade for that good watermelon. So now I got to cover it. So, all right. So back to chores. Okay. I've done pretty much everything except get some eggs. Let's get some eggs. So that's, you know, then the heat of the summer, they have slowed down a little bit because 3 of them went broody all at one time. So eggs production kind of slowed down through this heat of the summer. And I've been getting generally 2 eggs a day. And today I've got 3. I got 3 eggs. So, but I had 3 of them go broody all at the same time, which is unusual. Generally it's just like 1. Sometimes 2. I have had 2 before, but I can't remember ever having 3 at a time. Of course, I don't keep a lot of chickens, you know. At one time, several years ago, this is like maybe 2010, I think I had 22 chickens one time, laying chickens, and we got a lot of eggs, way more than we could ever eat. So that lesson taught me hey, I just have enough for us. But now, because I got 10 more layers over there that are coming on, they're mostly grown now. They'll probably start laying in like October, November. But with these 7 in here, or 6 or 7, however many's in here, 6 or 7 in here, if they all laid, you know, during the fall when they're really pumping them out, man, I could potentially get 16, 17 eggs in a day for a while. So that's a lot. So if that happens, which I think it is going to, I'm going to learn how to water glass and preserve eggs. I've never done it before. I've known about it for a long, long time. I've just never practiced it. And because we never have more than a couple of dozen extra eggs at a time anyway. So, but that may change. All right, back to the honeydew list. Okay, so this is inside my garage. And one of the reasons we want to get this door back working so she can drive up in here. As you can see, it is a storage mess and we have to clean it up. And see that corn over there? I'm drying that corn. All right, so here is the button. And then nothing. So, let's try it again. See, it's blinking. Okay, so I know we got a problem. So I am not a garage mechanic, but I work on everything and anything around here. My cars, carpentry, electrical, I do it all. So sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I just have the ability to figure it out. So that was God's gift to me, one of them. One of the many talents that, you know, he gives out. Everybody's got a different talent, and that's just kind of my talent. Even if I don't know how to do it, I'll just figure it out. Even if it's not exactly right. All right, so this is not working, so I'm gonna turn you around and show you this. So for starters, see that right there? That's the sensor. So let's take my thumb and I'm gonna level this sensor out. So let's try that. So I put see that part right there? See, I did have this pulled right here. So I can't reach up there. I got tall ceilings, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go get me a ladder. So I went to Lowe's and I got a set of sensors for this garage right here, but not sure that's all that's wrong. The motor up there the motor was working. The motor was working, but it's like the travel part was off. So, hey, I got to do some more work on it. I got to do some research on it. Probably have to watch some YouTube videos about it. So, I'm just going to wrap this video up. We'll call this part 1. Might be a part 2 and a part 3. Who knows? I got lots of chores to do around here. Lots of honeydews and stuff like that. And I really appreciate y'all coming along and watching me. And I will see y'all next time. God bless. Oh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All the things. All right. God bless.